Well, hello, everybody. It's Bob. And in this episode of Real Retail TV, we're going to talk about how to make it through the holiday season intact, feeling good, and ready to go into 2025. So before we begin, I want to encourage you to attend next Tuesday, December 10 at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to do a holiday hotline, and I'm going to answer all your questions, give you some tips, more tips on how to make the holidays great. But put it on your calendar right now. December 10, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. So let's talk about this idea of we've got several weeks left. We've got a lot of things happening, and this idea of pace becomes really, really important. So even though this isn't a marathon, a year or a career is a marathon, this is a really important stretch in your business for most retailers. And it's important that you manage your energy so that you can end strong. Not just Christmas, but then you've got the week after that to clear and to clear out your holiday merchandise and change seasons. And then, of course, then you go into 2025, and you want to go into 2025, you're going to be tired after the holidays, but feeling good. So this idea of pace. So the legendary basketball coach John Wooden had a quote worth keeping in mind. John Wooden said, be quick, but don't be in a hurry. I like to say it, go fast, but don't be in a hurry. When you get caught up in trying to do too much, the energy that comes from being in a hurry diminishes from the quality of the work, and it burns you out quicker. So this idea of being sort of in yourself, not being crazy, not getting out of control, but every time you catch yourself getting anxious, spinning up, getting stressed, you just tell yourself, go fast, but don't be in a hurry. Relax, don't be in a hurry. Get things done, but don't be in a hurry. Which kind of leads us to something else. It's that whole mindset. This is another piece of that mindset. And there are three attributes. I call them the 3 Ps. They are presence, patience, and positivity. So let's sort of spend a moment on each of those. Presence. Being there in the moment is one of the ways that, it's part of that whole don't go fast, but don't be in a hurry mentality. Just being present with what is going on when you are in your store will make your experience in the store better. When you leave your store and go home, be present with your family. Don't take the day at the store home with you. I know it's hard. I went through 19 holiday seasons in the toy business. But this idea of being where you are, being there fully, will really help you conserve energy. Again, what are we trying to do? Pace ourselves. If you're thinking about all the things that went on in the store all night long, you're burning energy unnecessarily. Then patience. Things are going to go wrong at the holidays. Orders are going to come in late. People are going to come in late. You're going to have unreasonable requests from customers. I get it. I understand it. Be patient with it. One of the things, especially when we think about your customers, there's this concept called Sonder. And Sonder is a term that sort of speaks to this idea that everyone has a secret world that most people don't see. So when somebody comes into your store, if they're grumpy, if they're hurried, if they're, impatient, recognize there may be things going on in their lives that have nothing to do with you, but are playing themselves out in your store. So my point here is give everyone a little bit of grace, right? Hopefully your customers will give you grace when things don't go quite the way you want them to go, but also you want to, and you want your team to be, this idea of be patient, understand that everybody's got a story. You don't know what's going on with everybody. And this is one of the competitive advantages that we have as independents, isn't it? This ability to connect on a very, very human level. And when you connect that way and you show patience and understanding with your customers, with your team members, with yourself, the holiday will become much richer, much fuller, much better. And the final P is positivity. Be there, be smiling, be ready, be positive. Be positive for your team. Be positive for yourself, because it will make the holidays a lot more fun for you. Be positive for your team, because positivity is infectious, and when your team feels it from you, it will translate to a better customer experience. So, again, presence, patience, positivity, these are all things that will serve you incredibly well through the holiday season. And then finally, I want to encourage you to recognize that you're playing a long game here. This isn't your career. It isn't the year. It's only this holiday season. But, so you have a bad day. Don't let it get you down. Positivity, right? Don't let it get you down. If you have a bad sales day, just regroup, dust yourself off, get out there, and kick some ass tomorrow, right? You have many, many days. One bad day does not make a bad season. One bad week does not make a bad season. If things aren't going the way that you want them to go, be positive and do something about it. And so the final thing to sort of wrap this whole thing up is, yes, it's the end of the year. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, you're going to be tired. But again, if you manage yourself well, when it comes to the end, you're going to feel really good about yourself, your team, what you've done, and that will give you momentum going into 2025. And I want to have a shout out here for my friend Chris Stevenson, who owns J Dub's Wine Shop here in Grand Haven. I recently did a sales training for her and her wonderful team. And one of the things that she gave me was this bottle. And this is our motto. The motto for independent retailers in 2025 is do epic shit. So again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to end strong so we can start strong in 2025. I hope that you found this message helpful. I hope that you'll be there next Tuesday. If you have any questions that you want answered on the Holiday Hotline, bob.negen, N-E-G-E-N, at whizbangtraining.com, and I will do my best to get to all of the questions that are submitted beforehand. All right, everybody, I hope you're kicking butt out there these days. Take care. Bye-bye.